tax increases isn't going to be one of those areas that the governor goes to. I think one of the places that Pennsylvania, frankly, has been blessed is in Marcellus Shale. Not only is it a huge economic engine for the state that's creating jobs, and people with jobs pay taxes, they spend, they consume. Private sector growth is a huge revenue generator for the Commonwealth, but we're also seeing it in terms of lower energy costs, and we're seeing it show up in family budgets as they pay less for natural gas. We're seeing it show up in business budgets as they pay less for their energy costs. That in turn is able to fuel investment in the private sector and throws off more job creation. So I think even though we're on the cusp of Marcellus Shale and that activity burgeoning here in the state, I really believe that that is going to be a long-term economic driver for the Commonwealth for years to come. And if we can get to a point where the federal government is sort of rowing with us as opposed to creating headwinds that create problems for our economy, hopefully we get to the point where our revenues can take off and we'll have more revenues either to invest in things like public education, higher education, human services, but perhaps tax reductions for Pennsylvania families and businesses as well.
Just a quick follow-up before we head back to the phones. Can you explain how the increased production of natural gas would reduce Pennsylvania families' expenses through their utility bills?
Well, what we're seeing is from the natural gas activity in Pennsylvania being home to it, we're seeing abnormally low energy prices. People are paying prices for natural gas that were much higher, say, a decade ago. And so just the ability to pay less for their energy bills, or you think of an energy-intensive business where, maybe their energy bill was cut in half, maybe even more from a cheap supply, a low-cost supply of natural gas that they previously didn't have access to. That's if, let's say, take your home budget. If all of a sudden your mortgage bill was cut in half, or say your food or cable bill were cut in half, that basically goes right to the bottom line of your family budget. So that means more that's available for whatever it is that you may want to consume. So it's those sorts of benefits that I think that are benefiting Pennsylvania families and businesses throughout the Commonwealth, even though they may not be in a region of the Commonwealth that's producing shale gas.
Take another call. Andrew from Rose Valley, welcome.
Yes.